how's it going, guys? So I just got done watching the trailer for Venom, Let There Be Carnage. So it turns out they're not calling it Venom 2 for some reason. It's just kind of implied. That's something that always bugs me. Like, I don't understand why are they so allergic, movie studios, to giving numbers to sequels? Like, we can't have Avengers 2. It's always got to be same thing with like Captain America. It's got to be like subtitle The Winter Soldier. You see what I mean? I don't get it. It just used to be kind of better back in the day. You had Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3. You get what I mean? But anyway, I got to talk about just how great this trailer is. Now, for anyone curious, you could go check out my Venom 2018 movie review. I'll link it right here for you if you want to hear my original thoughts on the film. But I loved it. I'm a big Tom Hardy fan. Mad Max, Fury Road, The Revenant. Some great films. I mean, this guy, he's a great actor. He showed his funny side, which is not something we see commonly, at least from the movies that I've seen with him in them. They've usually been a more serious tone. And Tom Hardy really tapped into a really comedic side, but, not where it was just ridiculous or over the top. He knew kind of, a happy little medium of when to be funny and when not to be. And I really enjoyed the relationship between him and the symbiote. And there was good action. And I thought even though the story was changed for the movie, they did a really good job with it. And it was very enjoyable. And I was satisfied. Now, a lot of people complained. The critics hated it. But now, for some reason, I don't know what it is. Maybe it was during the pandemic. People went back and watched it. Maybe they streamed it. Maybe they bought the Blu-ray, whatever the case may be. And it seems like people are way more positive about that film. I don't know what it is, but I feel that the film was fun. It felt very unrestricted. Like, that's my big problem with a lot of the Marvel Cinematic Universe films. They always feel like they got to follow a specific formula. And they come across as kind of boring, drab, and dry to me, especially when they try to do comedy. Comedy in those films always falls flat on its face. I remember specifically in Age of Ultron, when they tried doing some comedy, it was just, oh my God, it just did not work. But when they did comedy in the first Venom film, it was really good. So now we have this sequel, and we see it kicks off the trailer. We have Eddie Brock and the symbiote. The symbiote's making him breakfast. And I saw some people complain. They thought this was too comedic. They thought this was too funny. I thought it was pretty funny. We see the relationship between him and the store clerk, Eddie Brock. Remember last time he helped her out when she was getting robbed, and we kind of have that lead in. There's a lot of charm going on, which is so important in movies to me. Like, if you don't have charm, you really gotta like really try hard from that point. It's almost a requirement for the movie to be like thoroughly liked by me. You have to charm me, you have to woo me, you have to give me characters and comedy that really speaks to me, and that's all opinionated at the end of the day. But Venom was a good film, and when I rewatched it almost a year later, I enjoyed it almost as much as the first. So I've only really seen the film twice, but both times that I did, it was really enjoyable, it was funny, and it was satisfying at the end of the day. Now, this film, Woody Harrelson, I said it to you in my first review. I said, in that post-credit scene, I mean, my God, I knew he was going to be gold. But here, it just straight up confirms it even more. I mean, you saw a little bit of the performance, just a little taste at the end of the film. But now, we're seeing it 3 years later in all its glory. And it's going to be phenomenal. I mean, the face, the hair, just everything. Woody Harrelson, another fantastic actor. Another guy that I'm a big fan of. And he just is the perfect Cletus Cassidy. I mean, this guy is the embodiment of this comic book character. He was the perfect choice. Whoever casted him, give that person a raise, promote them, do whatever you have to do, because oh my God, he is going to be amazing in this role. I am so looking forward to this film. I have not felt this excited, seriously, for a comic book film. Like, you see, like, did you ever hear me talk about anything like this in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? The last time I felt myself getting this excited over movies, like when I watched, like, Winter Soldier. Like, that movie I really enjoyed. But this is kind of how I felt when I saw the Spider-Man 2 trailer and the Spider-Man 3 trailer. Like, I am such a massive fan of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films, the Sam Raimi films. Just shoot me, man, because I know a lot of people don't like them, but there's a big fan base. There's tons of fan pages. People love those films, and so do I. So I think you can kind of see why I do like the Venom films. They just have that sort of feel where they just feel unpredictable. Like, you feel like when you watch that film, anything can happen. It just, because it doesn't rely so much on strict fan service and just like trying to hit all the notes from different comic book references. And you do get comic book references. I even saw there was somebody on Facebook who put up a comparison between Spider-Man Unlimited #1, which was the first part of the 13-part Maximum Carnage. I guess you could call it a miniseries, even though 13 parts is pretty long. And that, right there was a reference of him like laying down on the table when he was getting the lethal injection all strapped down. There's a part when they're walking him on a gurney just like that, but he's upright, and then the symbiote just explodes out of him, and it's the same thing in the film. Man, that's a good scene. Man, that was a good comic book back in the day. Man, I'm looking forward to this film. It is going to be awesome, guys. I'm really excited for it. I gotta see the interactions between Tom Hardy and Woody Harrelson. I know they're gonna be gold. I know we could expect to see some great stuff there. I'm sure there's gonna be an epic fight. I mean, we did get a symbiote versus symbiote fight in the first film, but this is Venom versus Carnage. This is what you want to see, and I'm looking forward to the relationship between Eddie and the symbiote, because I know it's going to be hilarious. We're going to have some laugh out loud moments, and they're really seeming like they're going to turn that relationship up to 11. And I think it's going to be pretty good, to say the least. It's going to be funny to explore that relationship, delve deep into it. Now, I'm sure we're not going to get like a deep, thought-provoking film or anything like that, but it's going to be entertaining. It's going to be funny. It's going to be good. I know it's going to be. And if it's not, hey, you know how honest we are here on this channel. I'll have no problem coming on here and telling you that it sucked, or that it was really awesome, which I'm really hoping I can make a positive review about it, because, as I said, I did like the first film. Anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this reaction to the trailer. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell so you get auto notifications when I post all my new videos. I want to thank all my patrons for your continued support. And thanks again, guys. I'll see you next time.